All right, everybody. Anime Cast. It's been a month. Seems to be our general theme these days with circumstances, among other things. Yeah, personal stuff. Gets in the way sometimes. We're all getting older. We're all moving on with our lives. But this is episode 196. Closing in on 200. You guys excited?
No.
No, not at all.
I
Obviously.
Yay.
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 For
I'm
a
not
podcast.
a regular, so
Yeah. No, Colin, you're
not as
excited.
invested.
You're at what are we at? 186? What were we at? We just recorded this thing too. 184.
it's definitely in the 180s.
Yeah, we're at 184 with retroGaming, 196 with anime here. We've been doing this a long time. 8 years. 9
damn.
years.
God.
And being that it's like every 2 weeks at best to get to this far, I think it's an accomplishment because most podcasts end before even 10 episodes or whatever the fuck, you know.
I bet that was the joke, wasn't it?
That
We
was
always
the
said
joke.
that, like, we're never making it past 10 episodes, and here we are, 8 years later. It's an interesting progression. It's kind of, it's been quite the ride for how we started, because I still remember those like early episodes of just like, I would say we've improved, but kind of like not even like that. I wouldn't even say like in terms of like professionalism, but like we used to be extremely consistent. I think we pretty much did like 100 episodes bi-weekly with almost no breaks, like almost no like delays in between, and then just But it was always the same. It was always just us bullshitting and then being like, all right, anyways, anime. What did we watch?
Well, we've certainly become less professional about it and found our own, I guess, way of doing this. And that's what I've enjoyed. Because really, it's about the 3, sometimes 4 of us getting together every 2 weeks, catching up. And then, oh yeah, we also watched an old-ass anime. What are your general thoughts on it, as opposed to just full-on reviews breaking down, how was the story and all that. Some anime, like Bakemonogatari, audio problems aside, that was one of my favorite episodes we've done, just because we got really in-depth with everything, and that was super enjoyable to do. And then there's other anime we've done, like, I don't know, like Kite comes to mind, where the podcast is like 40 minutes, and we're like, this was fucking weird and a lot of bullshit.
Honestly, though, the thing for me is that, like, I think the turning point was the writing being one we did. Because I remember that one. That one pissed me off. Because this was back when we were still trying to think of, like, how do we do this, like, properly, right? And
or do we even want to do this properly?
Yeah. What essentially ended up happening was we spent like an hour breaking down the story and what happened in Writing Bean. That pissed me off immensely, because Writing Bean is fucking 20 minutes. How do we spend an hour breaking down what took place over the course of 20 minutes?
No, that's
Like,
4 OVA
that
episodes. Isn't it like an hour?
No, it's like 20, 40 minutes or something like that. Like it's in that ballpark. It's really short. I'm just like, how have we spent more time breaking down what happened than the actual show spends showing it?
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's 46
what is
minutes.
this?
It's 46 minutes.
Yeah, but still,
It was very good.
More
Excuse you, sir. Writing Bean's awesome. How dare you?
No, but it's not even that. It's like, I was just saying this, like, we are explaining this, like, essentially the problem was just we were just re-explaining everything all over and over and over.
Yeah, there was no like
And
critique
it's
to
just
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, this just pisses me off. Like, why are we even trying to do this? Just go in, quick thoughts. Like, just be like, okay, what happened? This badass guy with cars, guns, explosions, all that shit. Anyways, it's cool. That's Writing Bean. That's Writing Bean explained.
When did we do Writing Bean?
A long time ago.
Let's see. I mean, I agree it was a long time ago.
I don't remember exactly, like 2019?
2018. March 2018. Oh, we also did Gunsmith Cats. That's why it was long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was the whole girls with guns. I remember that. I do remember that.
Well, the thing was, most of that episode is just us talking about riding beans. The Gunsmith Cats section was way shorter for a longer show.
God, we did Record of Lodos War in 2018. I feel like we did that recently.
Damn, no, we did not.
Fuck, what's wrong with me?
Sorry, man, you're getting old.
Yeah. Well, today we're doing Urusei Yatsura, an iconic anime and character. The objective of this initially was, like, my initial goal was I'm going to watch, 15 episodes or so of the, like, remaster, remake, out, whatever you want to categorize it, because it came out again in 2022. And it's just the same show again, because I got 2 episodes into it, and I'm like, nah, because I've already seen 44 episodes of the original. Supposedly, Tori Hickey, it gets really good around 175. Let me tell you.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I see.
It's like the
I see
Gintama
Roshi. Amon Roshi co-directed this. Was the director on some episodes. Maybe he was a director on one of the end episodes. Maybe that's why it gets good.
Yeah, maybe. And being that it's Rumiko Takahashi, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Where is her name?
Yeah, Rumiko Takahashi. Very typical of her romance type storytelling. Of it just drags on and on with the same thing over and over again until eventually they hold hands or some shit.
They
But
got
yeah,
married before they held hands. Goddamn.
Yeah, so that'll come a little later. We'll do Urusei Yatsura. Beforehand, Tori, I'm curious. What do you think of this year's start to the Premier League?
I mean, it's entertaining, I guess. It's kind of weird. We currently have the Manchester United Liverpool game on, and United is 1-0 up. After I posted a clip in our Discord chat. It's very interesting watching Van Dijk step up for Liverpool into midfield, knock his own midfielder unconscious on the ground.
Wait, that happened in this game?
Yes, and then proceed to lose his man directly after, who goes through and scores.
Oh
and this
my
happened,
god!
by the way, in the first two. This happened in the first 2 minutes of the game.
I gotta see this. All right, hold on.
Yeah, the video is linked in our Discord chat.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the audio on too.
It's so, like, you watch it and it's just like, I don't believe what I'm seeing. What is that? It's so bad.
Okay, it's like a 40-second clip. Okay. All right, so the keeper
there's
just booted it past
goes on
midfield. Let's see here. Oh my god. Well, hold on. Okay. Holy shit! He brains his own teammate on a contested header.
Yep.
I'm shocked this guy's not unconscious. Yeah, and then he just immediately loses his defender.
He just doesn't even care. It's like, I looked at that, I was like, I'm sorry, like, I know Van Dijk is weird with defending, so that's like, does he just not see Mbuemo running through, or like, what is happening there? I don't understand.
That is really funny.
That is the best defender in the Premier League, by the way.
Oh god, he just like lets him go by too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Man.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's been a weird season. That's why I like bring it up in general. Like, is Manchester United too big to fail? Is such a talking point these days.
No one's too big to fail, but like, being completely honest as well, they're definitely better this season than they were last season. Last season was shocking. Now they at least possess some threat. They had a rough start, but I'd also say they played better than their results, gave credit for, and especially that Arsenal game, which was the first game of the season, which they lost. I think they lost at 1-0. It was like, they played really well. It's just, Arsenal simply does not concede goals. That's just not a thing they do.
Well, early this morning, I was watching the Classica, Bayern Dortmund, and shockingly, Dortmund lost.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first true loss of the season, but...
I didn't see it. I saw a clip, or I saw my timeline. It came up. It said Robert Lewandowski scored 1-0. And I was like, all right, don't care about that game anymore then. And that's that's a wrap.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. And then Dortmund's thinking about selling like 4 guys right now for the winter window. Like I think Schlotterbeck is the most likely dude to leave. I think Liverpool was going after him. Oddly enough.
Liverpool needs defenders. Let's be real. I mean, obviously based on what you just saw, but also because of the fact that Konate's contract is running out. He's most likely going to Real Madrid on a free in the summer again, and yeah.
Yeah. Got the baseball playoffs happening. I've got obviously Colin here from Canada. He's all into that with Toronto Blue Jays.
How's it going, E?
Yeah, it was a going, eh? Yeah, it didn't go so well in Game 6, or Game 5, but Game 6 is tonight in Toronto. Hopefully they pull it off. Yeah, sports. Hockey's back. Baseball playoffs are going on. Bundesliga, Premier League are weird as fuck this year. I don't know what to make of them. Yeah. Anyways. I wanted to just briefly, quickly, unlike what I usually do in the past, is just kind of give first impressions over this season.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I don't understand was after the first One Punch Man Season 3 episode, people are writing the show off as bad. And I'm like, why?
Well, you see.
It's even got a 6.82 on Mal right now, and I don't understand why.
Simple. Well, it's not simple. But here's the thing. One Punch Man Season 1 was controversial. It was very well received because it was such a spectacle to watch.
Yeah.
It was hype. It was animated well. I mean, it was by Madhouse. It was.
Well, yeah.
The
okay.
production values were crazy. Then what essentially happens is Season 2, the studio changes. Now it's in the hands of JC Staff, and JC Staff is known for doing a lot. Most of it not being very good. And they essentially did that to One Punch Man as well. They released a show that looked nowhere near as good as Season 1 did. Not even a fraction as good.
I mean, admittedly, it doesn't look as good.
That's downgrade in animation.
Yeah, that's easy to say.
Yes. So what you then have left with is basically the same cliche, overpowered main character, the same tired jokes, all of that, with none of the visual flourish of Season 1. Well, very little of it anyways. So obviously people sort of get a little bit more upset with it, a little bit more tired with it. I enjoyed Season 2 to an extent, but I didn't enjoy it very much. I also watched the first episode of Season 3, and my opinion on it's just, I still think it's fun. I do. But it's not the same spectacle as watching One Punch Man Season 1, or hell, even Mob Psycho 100, which was by Bones. The sort of the one adaptations have sort of become like, they're kind of iconic for being these like weird shows with like insane production value. The fact that they then decided to move it over to JC Staff, and JC Staff just stripped all of that from it because easy money, I guess. It's just sad.
Yeah, I just think it's a goofy, fun show. I mean, nothing's changed other than production value.
Kind of not, but for me, that's a massive selling point, just stripped.
Okay.
So that's a little annoying because there isn't that much left on its own. Like you've again, it's the same thing. I've said it before, talking about like Urusei Yatsura, for example, right? Like it becomes that same thing. It's like once you've seen one episode, you've seen them all. You know what's happening.
And then it's a matter of,
no matter how many times they drum up the drama that maybe this time Saitama will lose, you know it's not happening. Of course it's not happening. That's not the show. That's not the premise of the show.
Okay, so I'll just let's see. Spy Family Season 3, more Spy Family. Not much to go into there. I think my big takeaway of the season right now is, may I ask for one final thing?
Are we watching it?
I am watching it. Are you watching it, Hickey?
Nah.
Nah. This show's actually really funny.
I took a look at the season and I just gave up.
Gave up. Okay, that's
I
fine.
was like, I'm gonna watch summer 2025.
Yeah, you're just gonna catch up.
Literally
Yeah.
same. Like I looked at this season. I saw basically nothing I wanted to watch except for One Punch Man season 3. I would watch Spy Family, but I didn't watch season 1 either. So, there's that. But so basically, One Punch Man is the only thing that I cared about. Everything else, I was like, I have absolutely zero interest in this. So instead, I made the executive decision and be like, you know what? Maybe I should actually finally just watch Attack on Titan and finish it. Because I'm on the final season. I just never watched the final season.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'm doing that instead.
Okay. Yeah, I just straight up dropped that along with My Hero Academia. Just no interest in finishing it.
I'm picking up Attack on Titan again, and I'm also probably going to pick up My Hero Academia again, just because it's like I spent a lot of time watching them. I kind of want to see how they end. Might as well.
So that obviously what's next for you is One Piece.
I have watched a decent amount of One Piece, and I've read even more of One Piece. So my answer to you is probably not. We'll see though.
Man, I promised a friend of mine I would watch One Piece.
You promised a friend you'd watch it?
Yeah, it's been 2 months. I haven't started.
Like
I'll just delay it as much as I can. I'm like, man, life is very difficult right now. Kind of busy. Don't have time.
God, you're telling me.
You know what? You should do
what I did.
kind of.
That's actually kind of how I got my start with One Piece. Friend of mine I did fan fiction beta work for was doing a crossover between One Piece and Naruto, and I just wanted to get familiar with One Piece in order to know what the hell I'm reading, and then I got hooked.
Damn, you got hooked.
So that's how that happened.
Yeah. Literally what I did is just I had the same commute to like every single day. So taking like the light rail going all the way to the city.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back. And I was like, I have nothing to do here. What do I do? I downloaded like the Shueisha app, the manga app, and I was just like, what should I read? And then obviously it just says One Piece right on the front. I was like, fine. Let's just read some One Piece while I'm going back and forth. Before I knew it, I was just reading One Piece.
You're certainly not short on content there.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's like, it works fine because it's like 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes back and forth, like, an hour a day. And so I usually read around like 20-ish chapters a day, every commute day. And it's just like, you know what? Might as well. It's something. Either that or sitting here staring at the wall. I did try some other manga on as well. That was also when I tried reading part of My Family and whatnot. And yeah, it was a decent time.
Yeah, I've been reading just tons of manhwa on the Webtoon app. That's still going on. It's just nuts how many stories there are out there. Naturally, none of them are like completed.
Yeah, that's kind of my issue with because like obviously it's being published right now, but the annoying thing about that is just I feel like there's so much that just kind of gets uploaded that either just eventually gets dropped and never finished, or the author just simply eventually goes, all right, I'm tired of this. I'm just I'm writing one final chapter. This is it. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great.
Yeah, so I find myself gravitating to Webtoon manhwas where the quote-unquote season is completed at the very least. That way I at least get a stopping point in the story. I can, like, if it never comes back, I can at least be somewhat satisfied by the most smallest amounts. Like right now, I just read the first season of what's it called? It is called, the exact title is, just bear with me. It's pulling it up. The Academy's Sashimi Swordmaster is what I just finished. Yeah. Does that make you laugh, Icky?
It gave me a huge amount of despair.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just had, this thought about humanity declining.
Oh. That's what it led to. That's funny. I was on a plane for fucking 6 hours twice and all shit. Yeah, I had something to read, so it served its purpose. Okay, so
Does it though?
It does for me. It's good
Does
enough.
it?
Look, it's not like I'm gonna read like Karl Marx or anything here. Come on.
Yet.
I think.
Yet. Look, my despairing high school days are far long gone. I don't need Karl Marx in my life anymore.
Anymore?
All right. May I ask for one final thing? It's very funny. Just this like really strong, magical, noble girl, and she punches the shit out of people. Good comedy, good execution there.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going a little bit viral with a lot of the like, especially the English dialogue. It's very funny. Then there's a lot of generic kind of junk going on.
Well, yeah. Again, looking at the season and going, yes, this is trash.
Yeah, a lot
skip that one.
A lot of overpowered characters with no like personal growth arcs at all. Like there's a lot of isekai still, but the goofy one I even made fun of on the Retrocast with Colin here was the Gacha 9999 show with the extremely long title. Like it just completely skips over the whole character progression arc, and like the first 3 episodes is guy gets betrayed, which I thought the first episode was kind of cool because they like fucking destroy this kid, and then second episode is establishing his. It just immediately goes, I have an army now, and I've trained for 3 years. I'm like, okay. And then episode 3 was, look at my army I've amassed. Isn't this cool? I'm out for revenge. Here I go. So I guess the grand scheme of the story is like, okay, I'm definitely going to watch this, but this is by no means well written at all. Yeah.
The reason a lot of those things even are like that is just because we've reached that point now of saturation where everyone knows the story anyways. So authors literally go into this thing thinking they don't need this. They already know what happens anyways.
Yeah,
it's
no
just hitting
kidding.
the parts that everybody cares about. They just immediately go, all right, anyways, yeah, transport to another world, blah, 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 blah. He found out he has ability. Yeah, he kills a bunch of shit, levels up like 50 billion times. He's now OP. Anyways, let's get to the meat of the story.
Okay. Yeah. Blah, blah, grow happy, blah, blah, shitty sister, blah, blah, engagement nullified, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you summed up fall 2025 very well.
But it is...
It is very bad. Especially because of I guess 5 years ago I talked about this. There's a rant somewhere in this podcast.
Go for it.
with the commercialization, like the way the commercialization of stories happen in Japan and how they don't really foster it that much, since they just want to pump out the story, then they end up getting the spotlight and people who are not really good at writing. And now again with the idea of mass production of the same story over and over and over again, you get those generic beginnings, something to step out of the mold, and then you get to the problem where, since they used everything they had as talent to start a story and to get something to differentiate their story from the other generic stories, they don't know how to develop a story. They don't know how to develop the thing, and so it becomes bad. It becomes generic, and then the only thing they can do is turn everything Japanese. And so now we have an Osan. Now we have like this Japanese thing, and it just becomes a introduction of Japanese culture and things in another world every single time.
Yeah, like the latest season of Shield Hero just went into that route, and I'm like, why is everything just and there's like, oh, it's this eastern country on this continent. I'm like, okay. Oh, look, samurai swords and yukatas and
yeah.
Why is this in Shield
Hero? Because they cannot develop a story.
They can't.
They just rely on what they know. and what they know is just everyday life Japan.
Yeah, the regurgitation
Kind
of
of.
the same info over and over again.
But I mean, this has been a thing for a while, and I don't even necessarily think that's like just sort of going into things that no. I feel like this whole thing of like skipping setup or skipping like backstory is so common. I remember like when we were talking about this now, I immediately started thinking of Fairy Gone from 2019, which is an original anime by PA Works. I remember watching that as when it came out, and it has the exact same issue. It has this whole interesting premise of like a war and shit that's been going on for a long time, and it's all introduced to you at the beginning as just simply like a story. It's like, anyways, yeah, all of this shit happened. Anyways, this is where we're at now, which we spend the entire show doing basically nothing. It's like they front loaded every interesting piece of information. Anything that could have been a good story is front loaded as exposition for why we are where we are now. And then what do we do with that? Nothing.
Ah, Sword Art Online.
Yeah, but it's like, like you had a story, you had an interesting story, but you decided that's not a story because this story has been told before. Therefore, we're just going to use that as exposition. And now we have no idea where to go anymore because we just basically summed up every interesting facet of the story in the first 3 minutes. Now we got nothing more. It's annoying. I hate that shit. I don't know why so many do it. I feel like it's a disservice because like I guess the fear of being like, oh, we're afraid of being generic and just doing what everyone has done before. But it's like, sure. But like, if that's the problem, then don't do it. I don't write these stories.
But Tori, how are you going to make money?
Bro,
You got to make money.
yeah,
True.
there is
True.
what is it? What is the show that they talk about it nonchalantly?
Oh, is it
Like, there's a dude that wants to be a novelist.
yeah,
and the guy's like,
it's Baka. No, fuck, what is that?
yeah, isn't the little sister one? I was thinking, well,
Oh, you're thinking
anyway,
of like Arrow Manga Sensei.
guy. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah. I think they talk a little bit about that. They go to the guy like, yeah, you're not talented enough to write a
Barokamon.
novel.
That was the one I'm thinking of.
Like, you're not talented enough to write an actual novel, but like, do you know how to write? You're literate, so you can write a light novel if you want to. And it's like, man, that's very bad.
Yeah, like the Frieren and Apothecary Diaries are few and far between, while we get 10 isekai or overpowered main characters shows every year.
I mean, obviously they're going to be few and far between. If it was that easy to make great stories, everyone would do it.
Everyone would do it,
But-
right?
Yeah, so I get that part, but that's not even the problem. My problem isn't that it's not good. My problem is just I feel like half the time these shows aren't even trying. Like they gave up before they even started. They were like, all right, we just rely on everyone. Like, think of every isekai you've ever watched that has some sort of like power scaling system. Right? Early isekai used to explain their power level system. It wasn't always good. It didn't always make sense, and oftentimes was just stolen straight out of shonen. But that is what it is. But they at least used to try to explain it. Nowadays, they don't even care because nowadays they know everyone now basically plays video games and they're familiar with like levels and shit like that. So it's just like, why explain it? We just simply tell you that, anyways, he spawned into this new fantasy world, in which he encountered a monster that's level 3,000. You understand that that's high and that's a very strong monster. Watch him snap it in half with just
With a stick, yeah.
yeah, with a stick, right? Like, look at how powerful he is. It's like, okay, but like I feel like you don't understand. Like, you telling me this monster's level 3,000 means absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's a high number, but I don't know the fucking rules of this world. Like, it's just, I don't like, it doesn't feel like a strong monster just because you slapped a giant number on it. Well, my only encounter with this thing is that it literally poses zero threat whatsoever.
So there's this anime that came out. It's called A Wild Last Boss Appears, and what's interesting about what you said and how it's related to this with the whole like level system, they at least established. I would give credit in the show from this sense is it's basically this guy is in this like MMO game. He creates a character and trains it to be the most overpowered character in the whole game. And then it's like him and like 10 other friends, and they all create their own characters. Then they made their own story in this MMO universe where they were taking over the world. And then the 10 friends betray him, kill him, and they're like, well, since we accomplished that mission, we'll call this the end of the story for the game. So I like that concept. And then the guy gets isekai'd into the game as his character, and that character's level like 999 maxed out. And what the show does is establish over the X amount of time has passed within that game universe. And it's everyone's like still conscious of it. It's kind of like Overlord kind of situation there.
Mm.
And they establish that, okay, over time in complacency, everyone has gotten weaker. There was no reason to get as strong as you anymore. So like someone says level 80 is super strong in this universe now, while our main character is level 999. So then it pumps out some other like hero characters, and they're like, oh yeah, we've gotten weaker too. We're only level like 200 or something, but that's super overpowered in their universe. I found the leveling system, at least in how it established, different. I'm not saying the show's like any good, really. It's very average at best. But I did like that aspect of it, where it actually explained and had a reason why everyone has declined in power compared to our character.
Yeah. I mean, just another, in my opinion, at least good example of how to do this. Solo leveling. So the main character of solo leveling is hyper overpowered, but at least they established the power, power dynamics. He starts off really weak, and you see the difference between him and literally everyone else.
Yeah, and you see,
and
you
the
literally
very strongest people are insane compared to him. And so a decent amount of the show, at least first season, is literally spent him just training to be stronger.
Right,
Because
because you saw that progression, it means more.
Yeah, again, it could have been done better, obviously. Like, it's not perfect, but at least there's like, we've established some ground rules. We've established how the power system works, and we understand now that there's a massive gulf in difference between the different grades that people have to their power levels, right? It makes sense. So then suddenly seeing him take on something that is at this specific level, being level C, being level B, like whatever, you understand that, like, okay, this is dangerous. It actually works because it has been established. Most isekai, most shows at this point, just skips that part entirely because they expect you to understand that. You know how this works. You've read a million different titles that does this. So you know how this works. You don't need to see it again. It's like, but since they don't show it, you have no reference for anything. Nothing means anything. They just go in and snap their finger and everything dies. And it's like, oh, now let me explain to you why this was cool, because everyone that he just killed was really, really strong. It's like, no, they weren't. It becomes almost like the shows are trying to like justify themselves after the fact rather than building it up.
Yeah, and it's created this just commonality and generic nonsense that we're plugged with over and over again. All right.
I remember Fruit of Evolution kind of satirizing that whole thing. The OP protagonist. Like,
I don't know if that was first, though. Or at least, I guess they satired it hard, yeah. Yeah,
because once he gets his power, pretty much every one of his abilities is like this giant wall of text, like the terms of service of something. You're not actually expected to read all of it. I thought that was pretty funny.
Here, sign here for your generic OP main character.
Yeah.
Terms of service, I like that. Okay. Shall I just play a drop and we do a quick review of Urusei Yatsura?
Sure, I guess.
Sure. Anybody else?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
お待たせ。うちがお前の相手をするラムだっちゃ。
What you heard there was Lum's iconic line. Not the darling part, obviously, but the whole dacha thing. Very iconic show. Urusei Yatsura came out in the early 80s, 1981, and went through until 1986. It spans an easy 195 episodes. Obviously, Hickey and Tori watched all 195 just for this podcast, and they're so burned out they might quit anime altogether.
Yes.
I joke, of course, in jest, but hey, hell, I'm not one to talk. I've watched 44 episodes of this fucking show, and like I said,
He
at
watched 44 episodes of the same thing over and over again, and realized that episode 44. You know what? That's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, Ranma 1/2 kind of gotten into that, but it's a better show. Same creator, very similar like romance dynamic where it's this weird male character and this well, Ranma's not a one-sided love. This is definitely a one-sided love on all the female sides to our main character Ataru, who is just this like very misogynistic, scummy, gropey character. He's not easily likable by any means. And they try to, and the show does this weird, like justification to it, and they try to humanize him in bits, like, oh, he's not a horrible guy, because sometimes he notices a girl's feelings once every 10 years, or 10 episodes. But it's a show that's supposed to be, because it came out so long ago, and they remade it in 2022. It's all about the females and being these like sex symbols, basically, and in different, not genres. That's not the I guess trope types would be a way to put it. And really, once you see like the first, I would say 5 episodes, you know what the show is, and you're kind of done and over it because it's very repetitive after that. It's an episodic, not monster of the week, but you get the idea. Weekly show that you're supposed to just kind of, it's Saturday morning and you turn it on, you watch 20 minutes, and then you don't think about it ever again. It's that kind of show, which for the 80s worked. For 2024 and 2022 when the new one came out, it doesn't work anymore, especially in this day and age with this main character. It does not translate well to the modern era.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just find that the repetitive nature becomes a lot. I mean, you know, especially when it comes to the main character as well. I feel like the problem, as you stated, is just he is very unlikable in general, and not even because of the whole like misogynist, like sex pest type of personality. I mean, for fuck's sakes, we were City Hunter. You're always the exact same type of guy, but you know, he's still likable.
Right, because he has like regular human emotions, and
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Smart.
And he's actually smart.
You
He's
know.
not fucking stupid and dumb as bricks like Ataru here.
Yep. So you know, it depends on how the character's written, and in this case, Ataru is not a character.
He's a gropey
I would
caricature.
almost say
He's a
he's
call.
an idea. It's not even that. It's literally
a
just
dog.
like what's the appeal of this show? Sexy girls? Yeah, cool. That's gonna be the main character then. Some guy who just likes sexy girls, I guess. And you know, everyone just
Well, I mean, relatable
suddenly he's
in
in a
that
position
sense.
where he has to marry an alien, and he's like, man, I really hate this idea. Except not really, kind of not, kind of don't, because you know she's kind of attractive, but at the same time, I don't want it. Like you know.
Well, I guess it's
I
the
wanna
whole
get
thing.
married.
You want what you can't have, and then as soon as you have it, you don't want it anymore. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Hathor doesn't want to marry.
Yeah, I was about to say
He's
he
very
doesn't
clear
wanna get
about that. Doesn't want to get married.
Hey, he just wants
Well,
to
yeah,
bang
it's
chicks.
a
Yep.
really big problem with Wataru. If he was a little bit smarter than what he is, or sensible, I think the show would
Yeah.
be fine.
I don't know. I feel
But
like we just need to see him get beat up more.
the jokes are fine
Yeah.
most of the time, I believe. The punchlines are okay. They're not very strong, but they're not bad as well. So the biggest problem really is getting past Ataru. The other characters, they behave out of line because of Ataru. So if you think Lum is annoying because she's always screaming, well, she's screaming because of Ataru. If you remove her, she's just a decent character, just like everyone else. And I guess the friends as well, the male friends, they're kind of like they're also not very. The male characters in the show are not very good, not very well written.
No, they're pretty terrible. Yeah.
Can't
But I
believe
guess
a
it's
female author
it's
can write
part
male characters. SMH.
because it's just part of the it's part of the idea. You cannot just take them out. It's integral to the story and to the character development and stuff, which apparently happens in in episode 180 out of 195 episodes.
Oh yeah, like he finally like admits he likes her, kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
it's like, oh, maybe monogamy is not that bad.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I
You know,
could. Maybe I
there's-
could actually like this heavily attractive alien that loves me unconditionally. Maybe I could. Maybe that
and
could work.
not dooms humanity in the process.
Right.
It's an important part of the plot that is also forgotten. Humanity
is a
hates
mo-
Satoru, but they need him.
I mean, at the end of episode 10, Ataru actually kind of realizes he finds
does.
Lum attractive and they hold hands, but then next episode is right back to the usual.
Yeah.
Nothing ever changes in these shows. Even when something changes, it's forgotten the next episode because this is a weekly show that you're supposed to just turn on and watch. So we can't have meaningful progression.
It still does have
Still-
like
Mm.
Ataru is so
I don't know.
aggressive and like he's just so
Oh.
aggressive that even if you have a little bit of progression, his character is just too much to handle. So like you can have like a progression between Lum and Ataru every 10 episodes, but like can you
Can you at least
tolerate
acknowledge it?
Ataru for
Yeah.
can you tolerate Ataru for the other 9 episodes? Is really the question. And it's a really hard question to answer.
Yeah.
The answer to that is no, because I could not. Honestly, my hype for this show was at an all-time the moment the first opening kicks in, because goddamn, that thing is iconic. And then everything after that, it was like, wow, what a downward spiral.
Yeah.
Well,
The show looks very dated, even for like
Yeah.
1980 something. That was just a testimony to how fast anime was developing in the 80s and the 90s.
Uh,
Like it's a show that already is born old, right? It's born obsolete. It's kind of
Hmm.
interesting. Actually, I think it's like 1981 that it came out.
Yeah.
Out.
1981.
Let's see what is going on in 1981.
Oh yeah, that would be a good point to make. Like, what else came out in 81? Let's see.
You go. Shin Taketori Monogatari, Queen Millennia, coming out
Oh,
in
yeah.
81.
To be fair, Queen Millennia is not exactly a beautiful show either.
Dr. Slump was
Oh, shit.
ongoing at the time.
Ugh.
Shitano Joe
Ugh.
is continuing the
Mm,
second
The
season.
second season of that is a pretty good,
Not
pretty
a.
nice looking
I
show.
can see why the show would be super popular. There's just not a lot of competition. A lot of like really young children type shows. Occasional
Actually, that
mechs coming
reminds me.
up. So yeah, I
Yeah,
can see
okay,
I can
so-
see why this like had its own unique audience that exploded.
Yeah, Galaxy Express 39 also ended in 81,
Yeah.
which is massive because Galaxy Express 39 that was one of the weekly weekly TV experiences from the end of the 70s to early 80s. It was extremely popular. And so like that's kind of also why Queen Millennia came out immediately after, because
Yeah.
they were hoping that show was just going to take over that time slot and just keep audiences engaged. And
Yeah,
it just didn't.
Yamato also like ended its long-term run.
Yeah.
So kind of a right place, right time for Urusei Yatsura.
Looks like it.
Goes all the way to 1982. There's nothing 1982 until fall, where you got Macross and Space Cobra.
Yeah, but that's
Mhm.
that's a different audience that took the mech people. That was probably the people who liked Yamato, and they're like, oh shit, Macross, we'll watch that.
Wait,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Dunbine is not on my list, but okay.
You couldn't handle putting it on your list.
Probably not. Going all the way to 83, there's not a lot of romance or adventure.
Mm. To be fair, in this era, that stuff wasn't super common because this is the sci-fi space opera mech era.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was basically what everyone watched because it was this
Although,
idea.
even
People were
Urusei
still reeling
Yatsura
in the
is
idea
sci-fi,
that
but it's
TV. Yeah, but people were still reeling in the idea from the 70s that TV was something that, the dad and the son of the house would spend time on. Well, the wife and the daughter, they were busy with chores.
Well, I mean, isn't Lum a caricature of the female housewife essentially?
Yes.
So, does make sense.
Mhm.
And then you have Ataru, who's supposed to be this horny guy who just wants to repopulate and have no responsibility. Every man's dream, of course.
Of course.
in spring 1984 we have Glass Cannon,
Okay.
Yeah.
Glass Mask.
Yeah.
So like 3 years later, an Attacker U, which is kind of like, but it's not slice of life with romance and sci-fi like Urusei Yatsura. It's not quite there.
Not quite.
Maybe in the early isekai type of show would be best comparison.
I guess. I mean, I just always... It's Rumiko Takahashi. I kind of compare all her shows as the same, essentially. At least in
Yeah, I was gonna
all
say,
the
did she ever
concepts.
stop writing Urusei Yatsura?
Well, yeah, she never finished it. She went over to Ranma, and then that got way more popular. And there was Maizen Ikaku, which was like I believe it was like her side project initially, and that was one she actually did end. And then when we get to the 90s, it's Inuyasha, which she eventually finished.
Yeah.
And then let's see, and then there was the Inuyasha sequel, which didn't work out so well with the kids.
Yeah.
Kids, you.
Yeah. Who wants to have children? Ugh.
Did we learn nothing from Urusei Yatsura?
Yeah, right. You might repopulate, and your child might be Ataru. Like you can't take that risk. I kind of said all I...
nothing like that throughout the whole duration of Urusei Yatsura. They touched right at the end of it in 1986.
Yeah, if you look at the early 80s, there wasn't much going on.
No one had the balls to do whatever the fuck Urusei Yatsura is. A weird ass.
I was reincarnated in another
shonen.
world, but I'm super OP.
Yeah, I wonder how that would have gone in 1983.
To be fair, probably would
I
have
thought
been.
there would be at
probably would've
least
been fine.
one.
Well, Dunbine is a
one show
isekai.
Yeah, technically. Yeah, technically there's Dunbine. That's true.
Hmm.
But the guys... He's a guy.
No,
Yes.
but the only reason I'm saying that is just because it's like the whole like OP thing is like, I mean, it was still a thing in the 80s. It wasn't so much about being reincarnated in a different world as much as it was about, just being that guy,
You're being that guy with a robot.
Yeah.
The robot
Walking
was OP.
out,
Well, I mean, I guess.
regular
There's
human,
Hokuto no
except for the
Ken,
fact that
right?
one of your arms is literally a cannon, and you're a pirate. You're the most awesome guy in the world.
There's Hokuto no Ken.
Yeah.
That's one OP man.
Well, he is a man by definition. He's such a man that he makes me look like not a man. Yeah.
Just need to get shredded like him.
Well, that takes work and effort.
Even that, it takes more than work. You need to get on the steroids right now. Everyone in Fist of the North Star is literally they're not even jacked. Like they're I don't know what
juiced.
happened.
Which is like, how is this possible when you're in a wasteland and famine is all around you? I'm questioning.
I still love the fact that you have these massive beefcakes of dudes walking around, and then it's like you still have to realize that these are technically still just average, because every once in a while a true beefcake shows up, and they're like fucking 7 meters tall, built of pure muscle. Like, now these are the fucking jacked guys of this world. It's like, yep, of course.
Yeah, you expect me to watch a show like that and then come over and watch Urusei Yatsura with Ataro being the string bean that he is?
Yeah, he needs to lift.
Okay, so if Ataro was shredded, would he have,
Yes.
at least in great shape, like City Hunter, man?
You know you're talking of, right? You know where this is leading, right? There's a cartoon like that. And if he was shredded, immediately the blonde hair just came immediately to my mind. Yeah, I've seen this before. It wouldn't change much. Maybe,
Ooh, mama.
maybe it would be more interesting.
Oh man, that's funny.
It would definitely be more interesting. Are you kidding me?
Colin, you want to get a word in?
I was going to say there's some interesting backstory with the original manga, because it was originally just meant to be like a random screwball comedy series with lots of standalone stories. And among the standalones, Lum was introduced, but she was just meant to be a one-off character in a one-off story. But she ended up being so popular. She ended up being so popular, and so many people wrote in for Rumiko Takahashi to bring her back, that she did exactly that, and she essentially became the centerpiece of the series.
Oh, because it was probably supposed to be about the childhood friend, right?
About Shinobu?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I can see that being, because that would be right in Rumiko's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Even back then, they realized that the childhood friend sucks.
Yeah. Yo, don't say that kind of stuff about childhood friends. They're the best characters.
No,
Yeah, sometimes
most of the
time they have to sit on the special chair in the corner. Like, even still, they are always good characters. Except when
why would you go for the the boring old childhood friend that you've known all your life, and instead you have this new shiny hot woman show up in your life? Come on.
And she's an alien with powers. I mean,
and she's an alien.
And she's royalty.
And she's threatening to destroy the world if you don't marry her. Like, I mean, you know what they say. Crazy chicks are hot.
Take one for the team, man. And what's wild is they do establish that immediately. We're like, well, Ataru, take one for Earth. And he's like, no.
Yeah, except for that one group was like, fuck you.
Yeah, they're like,
but it makes sense.
Well, they called him out on his bullshit. It's like, hold on, she's hot, she's a princess. What's the problem? Ataru, you're stupid. Well, he is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is the whole thing about like, your world is doomed and all that. It's like, it's not the most romantic thing in the world, No,
that doesn't spark romanticism in you.
No, not really. Can't say it does.
Maybe if you just have some oysters, kick that aphrodisiac going, then maybe you'll change your mind.
Probably.
But it makes sense now. Like, if she just changed the story to include Lum as like a permanent character, but didn't change the structure of it. So you have like this clashing of essentially two different stories meshed together.
Yeah.
That'll explain a little bit of the shortcomings of Urusei Yatsura.
I mean, you
Also
could have
would,
just made an
explain why
intriguing love triangle, but you know.
No.
Yeah, but like you already have the structure of your story done to be short stories with no connection.
Right. And
Now
now
you
have
need to change that, to change it, to chain them together. And you know, it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna restart the story and redo it. I'm just gonna reuse it and just put a little bit of love, interest, and development here and there. But that wasn't what I was set out to do. Especially because probably she already had all the stories planned, as we know.
Oh yeah. Well,
That has those kind of elements to it. It's like if Toriyama just got Dr. Slump and people are like, oh no, we really like Dr. Slump, but it could be a space epic, you know, space opera. And it is like, oh okay, but like they have like those story elements.
Yeah, and that's how Dragon Ball Z came.
You would have like you would have like
Dragon
this really weird and wacky and clashing story.
Yeah,
Those
I wonder if
Urusei
Rumiko
Watsudas like
Takahashi
that.
has done interviews about that. I mean, I'm sure she has, and I'm wondering if like the Ataru Shinobu dynamic of what the show is supposed to be, what essentially is what had her write Ranma.
Maybe do it right, do it the right way.
Yeah, and then she got a little better, a little more in depth with things, and that's what led to that. I'm sure. I'm like that's my running theory without reading any Takahashi interviews. Okay.
Wait, I still got stuff to say.
All right, go for it.
I was gonna say, I feel like pretty much every romantic comedy since Urusei Yatsura has tried to be the next Urusei Yatsura. It's like so many of the same beats. It's like main male character frequently getting into awkward situations that result in dumb misunderstandings, getting him knocked around by the female cast. Difference is, Ataru's an asshole, but these guys in
Well, yes.
later
At least that's better.
Yeah.
I guess it's the advantage of the first mover, right? Because it
Yeah.
like as we were talking, like there isn't a lot of romance with those elements for like 6 years. And
Yeah,
then you have
minimum.
Touch, but Touch is not a rom-com.
Not just about the love for
Yeah,
baseball and quotient
yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, and dead kids.
That's
So,
what
and
makes
guilt.
Quotient beautiful, man. All the dead
And
kids that
guilt.
never made it.
Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, I guess. And so, if you're in the 90s and you want to write a rom-com, the only thing you have is Urusei Yatsura to go by. And then if you're in the 2000s, you have the show from the 90s and you have Urusei Yatsura. And then if you're in 2025, maybe you're not using Urusei Yatsura anymore, but the elements of Urusei Yatsura are being replicated because those are the fundamental blocks of rom-com.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Except,
certainly
you know,
glad I
the
watched
variations.
and know of the show now the way I do, and because you can, like Colin said, you can see the blueprint of what led after.
Yeah, but I mean, I do definitely agree with that as well. There's also just this element now of like we are now entering that space of like things are inspired by things that were inspired by like it's kind of the same way where it goes like as we mentioned and I'm making a video on the Saki specifically, Ashita no Joe. You see Ashita no Joe's influence on sports anime and hell even shonen to a certain extent still today.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're still using the same plot beats, but I would be surprised if most shows that comes out today were inspired by Ashton no Joe. But what is most likely happening at this point is people are inspired by people that were inspired by Ashton no Joe. Which is why they still have the same themes, the same like plot beats, the same way of portraying things come through, even still. Because that's just how influential Ashton no Joe was when it came out. It was, as Tomino said, the work of a genius of TV animation.
As I was saying, Tyra's an asshole, so it makes sense for him to get knocked around, but so many of the later romantic comedies had the main guy being a sympathetic guy, but he still got put through hell without much in the way of justice or true payoff for him. And I'm pretty sure audiences have been getting tired of it in recent years. Perfect example, Love Hina.
Love Hina.
Need I say more?
Love Hina is an interesting case, though. Because Love Hina is the blueprint for harem. So, like...
Was it, though?
I think it was. It is very influential in harem. Everything is just Love Hina nowadays, in my opinion. But yeah, even then, you can see the blocks, the foundation blocks there at Urusei Yatsura. And though, like, you cannot change much because that's what the spectators or the readers are expecting. Because they grew used to it. But then you want to change a little bit. And then you have the herbivore kind of guy who doesn't do a lot. Everything just falls onto him. He doesn't seek. Like, Atro at least has that quality to him. He seeks out stuff. But then, if you do nothing, then stuff just falls into your lap. Yeah, it's a change to the formula of Urusei Yatsura. Probably not the best one, you know. But then you get like this guy who's very nice, but he still gets beaten around everywhere. Usually by some tsundere kind of character. Or any other type of dere character, which are always present in Urusei Yatsura as well.
Yeah.
The violent chick, the obsessive chick, the tsundere chick. Those all appeared in the 15 episodes we watched.
Yeah.
And you can see it being replicated over and over and over again for 50 years now.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good show if you watch Urusei Yatsura with that in mind. It is a good show. But I'm really, really, really stretching the definition of a good show right now. But like, if for the intensive purpose of this podcast, it's an amazing show, I guess, because we can look at more than anime and trace it back all the way to Urusei Yatsura. Nowadays, it doesn't matter if it's an isekai, it doesn't matter if it's a shonen, it doesn't matter if it's a shoujo, it doesn't matter if it's just violence. Because if there is a man and a woman, there's gonna be a foundation block of Urusei Yatsura somewhere in there.
I think the show in modern times that is relatively modern times that most closely resembles Urusei Yatsura is To Love Ru.
Oh, God.
You know, alien girl comes to Earth for X reason, latches onto our main character, causes romantic tension with the girl he's already interested in, and ecchi shenanigans ensue, with several other hot girls being drawn in.
Gee, it's almost like it's the same show.
Except our main,
with a character like
our main guy
Atoro.
isn't a total asshole.
Yeah. Someone like Ataru though. A show with something like Ataru. Really hard.
Yeah. So what
Because
did everyone
nowadays
end
we
up
have
giving this
we
show,
have
by
a
the
nice
way?
guy.
Like score-wise?
Out of the 15 episodes,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
it's a 5.
Colin?
It wasn't all that bad looking back. Watching a lot of it close to each other and Ataru is not the best way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to do it over a third of the year or like half of
A
the
little
year,
more
going
palatable, yeah.
196 days watching this, I think it would be okay. But you need to understand it's a very dated show.
Oh yeah.
It
I
is
would
a
say
very
there's a
dated
couple
story.
movies in there that are really good. Like Beautiful Dreamer, the Urusei Yatsura movie. That one's like actually good. It tells a cohesive and complete story, and Ataru's not a total piece of shit.
Yeah, but
The,
you know, it's
Moshi
the
movie?
same as what?
Is that the Mamoru Oshii movie?
Yes, it's that one.
Yeah, but it's the same as saying like, oh, you should watch Naruto because the movies are good.
Well, movies are good.
They are.
Yeah.
I like Naruto movies, especially Shippuden one. The Shippuden ones are really cool. But it doesn't change. But it's not the story, right? It's not written
Right.
by the same person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just understand it's quite dated, even to the standards of, well, I cannot even say from the 70s and 80s because there's nothing like this. It's the first one.
Yeah.
So it's the prototype of everything maybe you like in modern anime is Urusei Yatsura. So you should go and you know watch it for the sake of history as well. But still, with calm, slowly. Because if you don't do that, Ataru is just gonna get into your mind. You're gonna get angry at the show.
Colin, what'd you end up giving it?
Yeah, I think I give it a 5 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tori?
It's not something I actively looked forward to watching, but it's still fun to compare contexts with more modern stuff.
Oh,
And
sure, yeah.
A lot of Rumiko Takahashi's later work.
Yeah, good question. What did I think of this show? So this is basically my first interaction with Rumiko Takahashi. Well, actually, I guess I did watch
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. Yeah, so never mind. Second, in that sense, this is definitely a lot worse. It's hard for me to say because it's like, what do I think? I don't like it. But I also didn't watch enough of it to say that I have like a strong opinion either or. I'd say I'd probably give it like a 5 right now. Although I'm almost certain that if I kept watching it, it would be lower and way lower. Just, man, I did not enjoy it.
So I was actually reading my original like review thoughts when I was going through this show years and years ago, and in the mindset of it's 1981, you're a young child, a teenager, and you're watching this. It's quite a good show in that sense, by all accounts. You have to put yourself in that same situation and think like that. In 2025, watching it now, it's like a 5 at best. I agree with you guys, but my original review had everything like putting yourself in that era, and I saw myself and realized, okay, this is a good show for 1981, a bang average show for 2025 with an insufferable main character. So maybe it's closer to a 4 in that regard.
Yeah, but JD, none of us can ever put ourselves in the position of being a young a young teenage Japanese male in 1981. All right, that's impossible.
You'll never know what those shoes are like.
I won't. How can I?
As a young white Norwegian,
Yes,
I
grew up in the early 2000s.
grew up in the new millennia. Yes, I can't put myself in the. Actually, I was a child in the '80s, so I can't. I can. So can Colin.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It's like, man, the Bobo Japan, just like I remember.
Wow, a lot has changed in Japan since I was picturing myself here in 1980.
Yeah.
Sitting there suddenly screaming, "Mom, I'm out of rice!"
Yeah, you know. I'm an expert of Bobo economy Japan. I played Yakuza 0 once.
True.
I know that shit.
True. Why didn't they all just start fucking real estate businesses? Are they stupid?
All right, so our next episode is what the hell, Tori? What is this show that you picked? Umineko. When They
yeah,
Cry?
right. I changed it. Yeah.
When They Cry 3.
Yeah. Umineko.
I am not familiar
You
with
know-
this at all.
You have
It's the
never
continuation.
heard of Umineko?
It's
No.
the continuation, quote unquote, of
Higurashi?
No,
Higurashi.
Higurashi. Yeah. Different universe, parallel universe, Higurashi.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Murder mystery.
How have you never heard of that?
It's just something I guess that I just missed out on.
Yeah, I
That's
keep
amazing.
hearing the name here and there, but I never watched it.
Are you
The
interested,
show
Colin?
itself,
Not really.
Not really. Okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
good.
All right.
The show itself is not very good. The visual novel that it is based on, however, is quite well received.
Okay. I
However,
might-
it is worth noting.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think I'm
just
gonna
like
watch
with
all
the-
26 unless I really like it. I'll probably try like 12 or 13 episodes.
Yeah, you probably won't make it all the way through. I won't blame you.
Okay.
It's an interesting experience for sure. This happened the same way that Higurashi did. The show was created before the visual novel was done. So
Oh.
at a certain point, the visual novel just went, or the anime just went, fuck it, we ball. We don't know what's happening next. Let's go.
Gotta love the Full Metal Alchemist fuckboy ball.
Hey, man,
It's the best.
that's
it's
how
the
you
best
either
type of
create
writing in
the
anime.
best, most memorable anime of all time, or some of the worst ones. Either way, it's a good ride.
Where can I even watch you?
There's only-
Let's see.
For some reason, I don't understand why they did it, or they still do it. They just adapt something that is not finished yet, and they don't consult the the person doing it. So like it is a cohesive like what if story, and then you have two options. You either put a filler, or you just go fuck with
AI.
ball.
So I gotta interrupt. I put in watch anime Umineko, and AI gives me you can watch on Plex or Hulu. Though the anime is widely considered a poor and incomplete adaptation, many fans recommend the visual novel or manga as a much superior way to experience the story because the anime only covers the first half of the plot.
Mhm.
Thank you, AI.
It sure did.
And then you go, and they never adapt to the third part.
Mm.
So
To be
you just
honest,
go
I
and
think
play
that is just because it
Silent
wasn't
Hill
very
F
well
because
received.
it's just go and play Silent Hill because the same guy who.
Well,
was-
there's plenty of YouTube
Higurashi.
videos of people playing the visual novel, so
I want to play it at some point as well. I never did. I need to see where it goes. So it's definitely an interesting. I decided that I changed it because at the time I was like, I really don't feel like watching Nana. So I was like, what's something else? Fuck it, Umineko. I haven't seen that in forever. I remember enjoying it when I watched it, but I watched it a long time ago, so probably won't enjoy it now.
shit, should have picked like Colovian or something.
No, brother, it's October, man.
Yeah, I guess
No,
gotta watch
gotta go-
something a
We
little.
gotta go with something scary.
Yeah, you're
Although I
right.
guess at this point,
You're
this
right.
point it'll be November, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, so were you watching Shiki then?
Oh God.
Okay, see, listen, I want horror, not not whatever that is.
Not whatever Shiki is, yeah.
Does Shiki qualifies?
Does
I
it?
think so.
I think it does now.
It's 2010.
Yeah, then it
Oh, yeah.
qualifies.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
it qualifies. Oh no.
Oh. Man, that is horrifying.
All right,
Hope
Hickey.
the
I guess
show
we're reviewing Umineko in a couple weeks.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh boy. Then we'll get to gaslight Tori into saying it's good.
I literally just did. I said I enjoyed it.
I
mean,
have a
enjoy
funny feeling I'm not going to
Ryushiki's-
finish the show. It's just just a real gut feeling.
I mean, I enjoy Ryushiki's like writing, but it's gonna be like, okay, this is episode 12. This is where Ryushiki's writing stops,
Yeah.
and fuck we ball starts. I don't know if
Fuck,
I'm gonna get
start.
past, the second part, but I'll try. I try to everything. It's not like I'm watching anything from the
Yeah.
season except Horse Girls, so it's fine. I got the
Shit.
time.
Shiki's a trip. All right, so that does it for this episode. Ever so close to the 200. See you next time, everybody.
Peace.
But
Bye now.